The deadliest killer in the mud is silent. It is far more insidious than shrapnel, more effective than any sniper's bullet. It is the microscopic ice, crystal forming, growing within your soldier's veins. A silent, crystalline death sentence when their fingertips turn to white wax. When the very sensation of pain vanishes, the Reaper has already claimed their hand. It is extending its icy grip to the core. Deep frostbite is not a mere skin lesion. It is a systemic, cellular demolition. The water inside your soldier's tissue. It is expanding, turning into jagged shards, microscopic blades of organic glass. This internal shattering is irreversible. Never use snow to rub the frozen limbs. That is like grinding broken glass into the delicate micro capillaries. You are accelerating the internal trauma. You are pushing them closer to the void. Fast rewarming, done improperly, is a trap. It triggers cellular reperfusion injury, causing the cells to explode in agony. It accelerates the necrosis of vital tissue. The medic's job is a tactical salvage operation, restarting the engine before the oil gels, before the biological machinery ceases, pumping the last heat back to the core. It is a desperate, bloody race against time. Step 1 is to sever the thermal link, block the insidious conduction of the earth. Wrap the casualty in every dry rag found, even rotting insulation from the ruins. It must be thick enough to defy the dirt, to create a barrier against its greedy pull. If the soldier is still conscious now, feed them warm sugar water immediately. That is the electrolyte for a dying battery. It is the last spark for a fading light. Never offer them a single drop of alcohol. Booze triggers peripheral vasodilation. It opens the floodgates of the skin, dumping precious core heat into the abyss. It is a fast track to a frozen heart, a fatal illusion of temporary warmth. There are no sterile incubators in these trenches. Your own body is the only heater left, a last-ditch, desperate heat source. The armpits, the neck, and the groin. These are the tactical heat outposts, where the great vessels carry the blood flow. They are the last bastions of warmth. Wrap hot bottles in thick fabric. Place them against these major arteries. Force the thermal energy towards the heart. It is a direct, urgent transfusion of warmth. If the blizzard turns into a death sentence, the cold presses in with cruel intent. Initiate the double body huddle protocol. Strip away the frozen and wet uniforms. Expose skin to skin in a desperate embrace. Two bodies, one last chance at warmth. There is no room for modesty in hell. At -30 degrees, the flesh is law. Human warmth is the only sacred drug, a primal, undeniable source of life. Stare deep into the eyes of the patient. Search for the flicker of consciousness. If the eyelids drop into heavy lethargy, that is the sound of the pump failing. The brain is drifting into a permanent sleep. It is the prelude to an irreversible end. Use physical pain to scream at the nerves. A sharp pinch, a slap, anything to rouse them. Pain means the metabolism is still fighting. It signifies a struggling, active system. Keep them awake or lose them forever. We are fighting the collapse of the blood, preventing the red fluid from turning to sludge, from becoming a thick, immobile gel. When the frostbitten skin turns to red, when the agonizing burning sensation returns, that is the sound of life reclaiming the wall, a painful, vital surge of returning blood. This is far from the final victory, though. The resulting edema and massive blisters, they are the new, insidious enemies in this war. Keep the skin dry and never pop the fluid. Every intact layer is a wall against sepsis. Every blister is a shield for the new flesh. It protects the fragile, healing tissue. We do not pray for miracles in the mud. We fight for every single degree of heat, for every beat of a faltering heart. As long as the lungs still draw the frost, as long as a breath rattles in the chest, we have not surrendered to the winter yet. Guard that tiny ember of biological fire. Hold the line until the sun breaks the sky. Survival is a brutal calculation of energy. Keep the core burning or join the silence. The trench medicine is a war of inches, and we refuse to give up an inch of life. Every second gained is a small victory. Every conscious breath is a defiance. The cold may claim the weak and the unprepared, but the medic fights for every single soul with bloody hands and an iron will. We push back the encroaching darkness. The battlefield is cold but our resolve burns. This is not just treating wounds. This is fighting the very essence of death with the last tools of a broken world. The human spirit is the last warmth we have left in this frozen hellscape, and we will protect it at all costs until the very last heartbeat fades